Hey class, it's Dr. St. Clair. Hope everyone's well. I get these are long and it's probably difficult to watch all of them, but again, a lot of material to cover in a week. Typically, we take 2 weeks to cover most of this stuff, but just don't have it because of the condensed timeline. So, temporally speaking, very aggressive. Nevertheless, seems like everybody's getting the material and doing the reading. Love the discussions. So let's move on to chapter 8, products, services, and brands. Building that customer value. So exciting things. We'll try to go through this as quickly as possible, but cover the key points. So learning objectives this week will be define product and describe the major classifications of products and services. I think you'll enjoy this week. Not that you didn't the other weeks, but pretty cool. Some of the things that you'll learn this week. Describe the decisions companies make regarding their individual products and services, product lines, and the overall product mixes. And we'll look at the 4 different characteristics that impact or affect the marketing of services and the different considerations that marketers require about services. And then we'll discuss overall brand strategy. What kind of considerations do marketing companies make when they're building their brands? So let's start with Nike. Very iconic, right? As the company once stated, Nike has always known the truth. It's not so much the shoes, but where they take you. So Nike's mission isn't to make better products. It's to bring inspiration, innovation to every athlete in the world. If you have a body, you're an athlete. See, that's so cool. So they really understood, right? It's not just about the shoe. It's about you. So few brands have become more ever present and valued than Nike in their customers' lives and conversations. So if we really think about the impact that Nike's had from Jordan to all these things lately, political, whether you agree with them or not, they really are in our lives. So think about that swoosh. When you see that swoosh, you instantly recognize it. You understand that deep connection it has to folks. Very cool. Done a great job and continue to do a great job. So think about this just do it. And it's beyond, right? Beyond that surface. They've really made a connection with customers. So I want you to think about that and how powerful it is. Very difficult to do. Extremely difficult to do. But you have to construct that thinking up front, have that vision when you're going in as marketers. And that's the conversation that you need to have. And it's understanding the why. So back to learning objective 1. So we're going to define product and describe the major classifications of products and services. So what is a product, right? We need to understand what a product is. So really, product include more than just tangible objects. So if you think about products, everyone thinks maybe a car, computer, or mobile phones, but it's more than just tangible. Broadly defined, products also include services, events, persons, places, like a concert, right? Organizations, even ideas, or a combination or mixture of these things. Because of their importance in the world economy, we also have to look at services. Think about, we really shifted as a country, and we're starting to shift back or shift somewhat back to manufacturing, but we shifted to services in many respects. Think about banking, hotel, airline, retail, wireless, home repair. All those are services. And these really consist of activities or benefits, really trying to drive some sort of satisfaction, right? But it's intangible. And it doesn't result in owning anything other than some sort of intangible satisfaction. A company's market offering often includes both tangible goods and services. So if we look at one extreme, the market offer may consist of a pure tangible good, such as soap. No services accompany the product. If we look at the other extreme, pure services for which the market offer consists primarily of a service. So if you think about a doctor's exam, financial services. So between these two extremes, however, many goods and services combinations are possible. If we think about experiences, these have always been an important part of marketing for some companies. Think about Disney and how important that is to manufacture those dreams. And that's through the movies and theme parks, etc. And we'll talk more about that. So there's an article that I put in there about Airbnb, which I think is fantastic because that really helped talk about the platform economy, which is, growing, or the gig economy we talk a lot about, but really the platform economy. But core, actual, and augmented product. You don't just rent a room through Airbnb, you buy into a live like a local experience, right? So that's the big differentiator. So Airbnb not only gives you this room, but it also can give you an experience where, like, if you're looking about a hotel room, well, you get a night's stay and maybe you get an experience, but almost every hotel room is the same. And some people want that, but you can't get the experience. So when you think about Airbnb, it can really give you an immersion into that local or have a relationship with that locality. So very cool opportunity with Airbnb as opposed to um, hotels. So let's look at figure 8, 3 levels of a product. So when we think about product planning, it really needs to think about products and services on 3 levels. So that's why this is pretty powerful. So each level, when we think about it, adds more customer value. The most basic level is that core customer value, which really addresses the question, what is that buyer really buying? Okay, so think about that. At the second level, here, product planners must turn to the core benefit into an actual product. They need to develop product and services feature. So what is the design, a quality level, a brand name, what is packaging, right? So all of that needs to be considered. And then finally, that outer ring, product planners must build an augmented product around the core benefit, an actual product by offering additional consumer services and benefits. So let's think about a question. It is a good idea for you to think about maybe toothpaste or Gatorade or something that's really simple. So when you think about go to a gaming website, what's on there that augments the product, or um, packaging of toothpaste, the design that differentiates, or Gatorade, or the like. So just think about those things. So think about the following statement. Customers' experience have always been an important part of marketing for some companies. So why don't you think about explaining that statement? So when we think about today, as products and services become more commoditized, as we talked about, many companies move to a new level in creating value, right? So how do they differentiate from others? So they're making these customer experiences with strong sensory or emotional component that play out over time. So this experience, this great experience, involves a careful management of this customer journey. So there's really planning that goes on from beginning to end. So it's not just one piece. So think about this long journey that a marketer has to create. Product and service classifications. Consumer products. So there's two broad classes of products, and they're based on the types of consumers that use them. Broadly defined, products also include other marketable entities such as experiences, organizations, persons, places, and ideas. So let's take a look at this. I won't spend too much time here. You guys have this in your book. But look at convenience, the marketing consideration, customer buying behavior, price distribution, promotion examples. And just kind of go through this and, convenience, toothpaste, laundry detergent, mass produced, etc. And then specialty, luxury goods. And we'll talk more about this. So I won't spend too much. But again, this is in your book. Product and service classification. Consumer products differ in ways consumers buy them and therefore in how they are marketed. So if we think about consumer products, services, they're convenient, right? And again, look at table 8.1. Shopping these products, specialty products, unsought products. And so spend some time on 8.1 to understand that a little bit more. Product and service classification. Convenience products are usually low priced, and marketers place them in many locations, right? Think about point of purchase or just readily available contact points with the customer when you need them or want them. So think about something that's convenient that you buy. So what is convenience? What is a convenience product that you buy? Just think about that. I don't know. Typically, if I read a newspaper, it's online, but some people still buy the hard copy. Candy's definitely something that's point of purchase. Fast food. I don't eat a lot of that, but obviously they make it readily available. Products and service classified. Again, we're continuing this sort of theme for a while. Shopping products. These are usually distributed through fewer outlets, but provide deeper sales support to help customers in their comparison efforts. So what is one that you buy? So think about that. Furniture, cars, appliances. So when we look at specialty items, right? Again, we're going through 8.1. Buyers normally do not compare specialty products. Again, by nature, they're special. So they're not convenient, very unique, right? Typically not sold on price. They invest only the time needed to reach dealers carrying the wanted product. So you really know what you want. So think about this. What is a specialty product that maybe you buy? What is a product that convenient shopping and specialty? So if you think something, maybe if you're on vacation and you forgot your camera, you would pick one up at the convenience store, pharmacy, or maybe the hotel store. If you were a professional photographer, a camera purchase could easily be specialty product if you were buying a $5,000 camera. Other examples might include mats for maybe floor of your automobile, right? Or tires, or like a fan. You're not going to shop too much medical services. Maybe you get a second opinion, but typically you want your designer clothes and your Denon electronic receiver. We think about unsought products. So most major new innovations are unsought until consumers. We talked a little bit about diffusion of innovation. So unsought products are these products that people really aren't aware of, right? And then they become aware through awareness campaigns, advertising, etc. By their very nature, unsought products require a lot of advertising, personal selling, and other marketing type efforts. So think about life insurance. No one really wants to go find life insurance, but it's necessary. Funeral services, right? I don't seek them out. But again, necessary. Blood donations, again, necessary. So let's look at industrial products. These are typically added into the business, right? If you're an OEM, you buy products. So the distinction between a consumer product and an industrial product is based on the purpose for which the product is purchased. So if we think about a consumer buys a lawnmower for use around a home, the lawnmower is a consumer product. But if a consumer bought that lawnmower for, say, use around their landscaping business, that would be an industrial product. So materials and parts, capital items, supplies and services. So let's look at materials and parts. Those are like raw materials, consist of maybe farm products, natural products. Manufactured materials and parts consist of these components and component parts. Most manufactured and materials and parts are sold directly to industrial users. Price and services are the major marketing factors. Branding and advertising tend to be less. So let's next look at these capital items. Capital items are industrial products that aid in the buyer's production or operation. Like installation consists of major purchases, buildings, fixed equipment costs, accessory equipment, portable factory equipment, tools, and office equipment. They have a shorter life than installation and simply aid in the production process. So let's look at supplies and services. Supplies and services include operating supplies and repair and maintenance items. Organizations, persons, places, and ideas. So outdoor apparel and gear marketer Patagonia, they do like little or no advertising for specific products. So instead they look at promoting environmental purposes and value, whether it's in print ads promoting responsible consumption or an activist social media campaign. So when you think about Patagonia, they want to make sure they understand that the consumer understands why they exist. It's not about making these jackets, but it's about making or building a movement, about an environmental movement. And that's really that social marketing piece. So organization marketing often carry out acts to sell the organization itself. So both profit and nonprofit organizations practice this. Business firms sponsor public relations or corporate image marketing campaigns to market themselves and polish their image. There's also person marketing. People can also be thought of as a product. We all know these people. People ranging from presidents, entertainers. We all know these, especially we've got all these types of folks now that I think have very little talent that are extremely famous. And they're kind of famous for being famous. Very good at marketing, evidently. Sports figures and different professionals, such as doctors, lawyers, and architects, use person marketing to build their reputations. Business charities and other organizations also do this. So next, let's look at place marketing. Cities, states, regions, and even entire nations compete to attract tourists. So we think about, you've seen all this Michigan, right? We've seen this pure Michigan, and then there's also a sort of a more of a business one. We're trying to attract new residents. We're trying to attract conventions. We're trying to attract organizations. There's Go NOLA for New Orleans. And so there's a lot of marketing that places are doing to grow their brand. Brand USA doing the same thing to try to get more tourists to come. So it's something that happens quite often. Social marketing. So think about these ideas can be marketed, right? In a sense, all marketing is the marketing of an idea, whether it's the general idea of brushing your teeth or a specific idea that Crest toothpaste creates healthy, beautiful smiles for life. We've all heard that, and they've done a great job. Here, however, we narrow our focus to the marketing of social ideas. This area has been called social marketing. So think about improve the well-being of that or of society. So we talk a lot about healthy earth and greening the earth, etc. That's really, we're leveraging social marketing. So let's look at this. What is a product? Social marketing. So many companies engage in this social marketing to support ideas they believe in. Microsoft's Make What's Next campaign encourages girls to enter tech and science fields, which is wonderful, right? We need more girls in STEM. We need more mechanical engineer girls for sure. We need more engineers, especially female engineers. So this is one of those campaigns. She can STEM, so can you. And that was really promoted and done by and encouraged by Microsoft. And they really wanted to, and they continue to use this. They say if she stays in STEM, she could be the one to change the world, which I think is fantastic.